Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? How you guys doing today? Mute that out. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys have been having a prosperous week thus far. And I expect you to have a prosperous week every week. And I hope tomorrow will be Friday for most of you who have to work, that you close the week out strong. Thank you guys for stopping through. Jay Hunter Lee here. Hope you guys can hear me. Got a little microphone here. As you guys see, I'm not suited and booted today. I'm representing my Black Adam shirt today. Uh, Black Adam have, you know, hit the $350 million mark. So I'm trying to help them get more. I'm trying to support that movie. That is an awesome movie. I love Black Adam. You guys have not seen, if you haven't seen Black Adam, you need to see Black Adam. Came out later part of last month. The movie is fire. I'm not going to tell you about it, but you need to go see it, and you need to sit and wait for the end credit stuff to come in because there's a surprise there. But go see. I know everybody's on Wakanda. That ain't my style or movie, but Black Adam is fire. Believe, trust, and believe. Black Adam is fire. But hey, folks, how you doing today? I normally start off with my poem. If it's going to be, it's up to me. I'm not going to do that today because I don't think that will be appropriate for the discussion that we're going to have today because this is a sad moment. Um, and it's a sad situation that we want to discuss. Uh, Very sad moment. And I want to take the time to wish give my condolences to the family of Shanquella Robinson's family, uh, and is very sad. I've heard about this story some time ago, several days ago. Um, some YouTuber had put it out there, and I was very upset when I saw it. And now I see that a lot of people is on to this story. Um, I had a talk with my queen. You just saw her come up, Quintina Lee. Uh, Conversation with other people on social media. There's some people who sort of noticed the post of me getting ready to go live about this conversation, and they were commenting as well. At this point, folks, we're all are facing. And I won't say facing, but we all have speculations. But at the same time, we have common sense too. Um, I know the title is, was her death murder or was it alcohol poison? And the reason why I mentioned alcohol poison because that's the story that her friends gave her mom when they allegedly called her mom and told her about her death. It was alcohol poison. But we know alcohol poisoning don't break people's necks, don't crack people's spinal cords. It doesn't do all this stuff. So we can only thing we can do is deal with and just talk about what we do know. And what we do know is this young lady's 25 years old, didn't really get a chance to live out her life. Um, Dead. I want to call it murder, and I think it's safe for me to call it murder, but we still got to wait on the facts. Um, you guys know I'm not one to make any accusations or make any judgment until the facts are laid out there. But I think in this case, there are some facts out there. The facts that this woman is dead with a broken neck and a cracked spine. I don't think she jumped to her death because they found her in her hotel room, right? Uh, I want to, before I want to ask everybody else to chime in the comments, I want to share a quick article in this regard. This article is the latest. I checked the date on it. This is dated today. Um, and let's see. It was dated today, so this article was written probably an hour or two ago or several hours ago. And I'm going to share with you guys real quick. Very sad situation. I will eventually go into my own opinion on it, of course, in terms of who you hang out with and why you need to be careful. All right, do we that? What do we have? I had it up for a second, but I lost it. That was my mistake. Let's see. And can you guys hear me pretty good? I just want to make sure of that with my new microphone here. Want to make sure you guys can hear me. Let's see, bro. Connection. All right. Well, I'll get to the article later. But here's okay. Yeah, I lost it. I'll get back to that article later. But I do want to say, folks, I see a lot of posts, people saying be careful about your friends, and if the vibe seems funny, um, don't hang around the people. All of that is true. All of it is true. Here's what I want to say on that. And if you guys have followed any of my videos, I won't even go all the way back to when we were just doing conference calls, when I used to do my Monday motivational conference call, because I have mentioned this way since then as well. Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Now, am I at all blaming the victim here? Not whatsoever. Please, please do not do what is called creative editing and take what I'm saying to make it seem like I'm blaming the victim, because this is not the victim's fault. This is not the victim's fault. Sometimes, folks, even if with me saying things like "show me your friends, I show you your future," and you have other people posted on social media saying things like "be careful who your friends are, watch out for certain vibes, weird vibes." All of that is true, but listen, folks, there are times when those things may not apply. Even the quote that I always like to use, "show me your friends and I'll show you your future." Even in that, sometimes that don't even apply, because you're never in a situation. You can't judge anybody or say anything about tell anybody to be careful about. I mean, we can say these things, but we don't always know the details to someone's relationship, if that makes sense. We don't always know the details of someone's relationship. Just like you see a lot of females telling another woman or her girlfriend that they need to break up with a particular guy or something. You don't know the details of that relationship. All you know is all you can speculate on, right? We don't know the detail. She might have had weird vibes from her friends, and she might not have. We would never know that. We would never know that. We can't take her situation and always assume that we can use that as a learning point for somebody else. We can't always do that. Every individual have individual circumstances or individual experiences. We can summarize things. We can tell people what this is why people have asked me how come I don't really do how to do this or how to do that. I've never been the kind of guy to do how-to videos. You see, for instance, you see a lot of people, got titles or something that they want to give called "How to Get Rich," how to do that. Dude, I'm not going to tell you how to do anything. As me as a speaker, I've always had the objective to help to transform your mindset. Once I can help you transform your mindset, you can come up with your own how-tos, if that makes sense. Because how I do something It's never going to be how you do it. Even if I'm your mentor or even my mentors have showed me a lot of stuff, but I'm not going to do the exact same things that they've done the way they've done it, because everyone lives separate life. Everybody have a different walk of life. I don't know what the situation was. This young lady probably figured she got into it with her friends or one or whoever who she had an issue with. The fight occurred, and that probably was the end of it. Now, when we saw in the video of her, the woman fighting her, she probably thought, okay, that's the end of that. Whatever else happened to her could have happened in her sleep. They could have done something to her in the sleep. We don't know, folks. We don't know. We can't assume that anybody have ignored signs. We can't assume that. And now the young lady is now no longer here. We will never know that. But let's go. But the focus should not be on that. See, we focus on the wrong stuff. We should be focusing on justice at this point. Justice is what we should be focusing on at this point. We can't rewind. And I wish we could rewind when somebody could have saved this young lady's life. But at this point, folks, we got to focus on what's important at this point. Justice. Her family have to get attorneys so that they can determine whose jurisdiction can file lawsuits on these people. And if there also be a lawsuit made, who will it be made? Who will the lawsuit be? Not lawsuit, but who criminal charges will be filed on? I'm not going to give you the, man, you guys got to be careful speech. Everybody is grown. You guys are grown. You watching me right now. You're grown. You're an adult. I'm not going to give you that speech. You already know that. But everybody has a vulnerability somewhere, folks. You do. I do. Everybody has a vulnerability somewhere. If in the world of cybersecurity, folks, if you guys know, I got 2 certifications in cybersecurity. And one thing I can tell you that when cyber attacks happen, they find vulnerabilities to attack. They find vulnerabilities to attack. There's a thing called pen tester. What is a pen tester in cybersecurity? It means penetration testing. That means you are an ethical hacker. Some companies will hire a pen tester to hack their company and report to them what the vulnerabilities are. If you go into what is called Linux, Kali Linux to be exact, Kali Linux has a tool within it called Metasploit. You use Metasploit to run certain scans, post scan, vulnerability scans, things like that. Okay, auxiliary scans to find vulnerabilities in the network. And they find these vulnerabilities in the network, and that's where they make their penetration at. That's when they attack. So everyone has vulnerabilities, folks. You do, I do. In your life, as a person, as a human being, you have vulnerabilities. And who's to say? And that vulnerability was exploited on this young lady that allowed them to kill her. Do I believe they killed her on purpose? I don't know. Sometimes people can get so mad and so raged at a person that you can do something to them and kill them on accident. But it doesn't excuse the murder either. So we can give all the speculation as we want, folks. But what we should be focusing on is justice for a young lady who lost her life, who have not even begun to fully live her life yet. I would like to ask, where's the BLMs now? Where are the Black Lives Matter? Where's the march? Where's the parades? or the marching and for this young lady's death to get justice. Where is that? Good to see Savage Boy. Good to see you, brother. Watching via YouTube. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. Where is that? We can speculate all day on social media, but where is the boots on the ground? Where's the boots on the ground? That's what I want to say. Where are the boots on the ground? Murray Rosier, how are you doing? Thank you for stopping in. Folks, this is a bad situation, man. This is a bad situation. We need to hold the right people accountable, people. We need to hold the right people accountable. Yeah, they did it wrong. And in my belief, they did it wrong. And yes, you're right. And they lied about it. But I still have to hold. I still have to hold all of my speculation on this until I 100% of the facts. Because one thing I don't want to do is air out anything and be wrong about something. I don't want to do that. I've seen that happen. I don't want to be wrong about something like that. So I'm trying to refrain from giving my full judgment on the matter because I want to see the facts. I have my beliefs, just like Savage Boy had mentioned. They did it wrong and lied about it. That is my belief as well. But that's why I have to say my belief, and I have to use words like allege, allegedly. Because it is alleged at this point until the facts come out. So we got to be careful with the words we choose, especially when you're doing a podcast. If you watch a lot of anchors, when they always say allegedly, because you can get sued by saying something happened that did not happen, or something went a certain way that did not go that way. So we got to be careful of that. But I am saddened to hear such news like that. This young lady is only 25 years old. Sad situation. Got my server back up. Let me see if I can get this article here. My server's been crazy, man. I don't know what's going on with it. Let me see. Savage Boy, I'm glad you brought that up because that's exactly one of the points I'm going to make in this video. But since you brought it up, I'm going to address that now. But thank you for bringing it up. Savage Boy mentioned, one of the videos when the young lady was fighting and beating her up, and a male friend just recording and sitting there and doing nothing. Basically, we're just saying things like, "Are you going to fight back?" and all that. She said, "No, I remember that." Let me address that real quick. Y'all emasculated as men, man. And let me just say this part, because this is something I can say that is not alleged because we saw this video. But here's what I do want to say. You pussy ass guys, right? And forgive me, folks, I'm going to do the best I can not to do all this cussing and shit, right? But you guys know I always talk about men not being men. You guys know I always talk about that. And to the LGBTQ community, I'm gonna address this again because I addressed this before. When I talk about a man being emasculated, I'm not talking about him being homosexual. So don't try to attack me. Don't come after me about my words in that regard. But I do understand after further looking into the word, just using the word emasculation, I do see why and how the LGBTQ community can get offended if someone speaks against being emasculated. So let me just clear the air and let's let you guys know this is not a knock on the LGBTQ community whatsoever. So when we talk about being a man and being straight up, let me give you a prime example of this. Coming up, when we played football, basketball, and you got a guy whining on a football field, that's not appropriate in the manosphere. Okay, it's not appropriate. We're rough. We grew up rough. We tough guys. This is why we out here playing football. We can take the pounding, pound and ground. Okay, or ground and pound. Basketball the same way. It's a physical sport. Don't be calling, oh man, you scratched my arm. What? Are you serious? You a grown ass man. You talking about somebody scratched your arm? You out here playing basketball? You out here playing a rough sport? So when we say something acting like a little punk or a little bee or something like that, that is kind of like what we're referring to. So we're not saying you're a homosexual or you're part of the LGBTQ. We're not saying that. So we're saying that in a way of saying, hey, dude, if you supposed to be a grown ass man, this is what you supposed to be doing. We out here in the thick of things on a football field. This is the gridiron. That is where I'm going at, folks. So let me get back to my point. You emasculated as men who called yourselves men are sitting back. And I'm just not talking about this video. I see a lot of guys recording women fighting. Where's your pair of balls? Where's your manhood? Why can't you take and say, hey man, y'all ladies don't need to be fighting each other. You ladies don't need to be hitting on each other. Where is that? My server is not bringing up this article, folks. I might have to just read some of it. But I'm not. I'm just gonna tag the text right here. It says leaking video allegedly showing um Shanquella Robinson being repeatedly struck by a woman believed to be her friend was filmed in Cabo's Villa. Linda 32 radaronline.com has learned, seemingly indicating it was moments or hours before her death. So she didn't know that they would come back and attack her again. She probably figured, this isn't me speculating on this, she probably figured after that was done, the woman put her hands on her and she didn't fight back. She probably figured it was all over with at that point. Probably. I don't know. We don't know if words would continue to be going back and forth after that. We don't know that. But what I do know is nobody's life should be lost in this regard. So Mary just mentioned something too. Let me see what Mary got. What you got, Mary? Sometimes a little cussing is needed because it shows compassion you have for what you got. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You guys know I will throw an F bomb out there in a minute, but I'm trying to refrain from using that because I don't want. This is not about me. This is about a young lady who lost her life. And we should all be demanding justice. People should be walked there. They should be out there marching, just like if Black Lives Matter, then show that Black Lives Matter. We need to show Black Lives Matter when we killing our own people as well. We need to be showing Black Lives Matter. Okay. So don't just pick and choose Black Lives Matter because someone who don't look like me and you is responsible for your death. Black Lives Matter should be across the board. Get out of the political shit. Get out of the political shit, because there are people who monetize off this Black Lives Matter bullshit. These people got $90 million in donations. None of that came to black people. None of that went to these black families. That went to the transgender community. They spent like or close to $8 million sending money over to the transgender community. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm not knocking or taking anything away from the transgender. I'm not doing that. So please, people, don't be trying to play victim here. But one point I'm making is they ain't did shit for black people. And they ain't gonna march on this woman's account either. We in a bad situation. We in a bad times right now, folks. I really don't understand. And these y'all new niggas are killing me, man. I don't understand y'all new niggas. Want to film every goddamn thing. I'm waiting on the video to air where the man holding the camera got his ass knocked out. I'm praying to see that day that the cameraman get this ass knocked the fuck out. Because you should be trying to defuse a situation or get the hell out of Dodge. Because bullets don't have names on them. I just recently did another video talking about how we exploit ourselves. We exploit the worst of us. We exploit the worst of us. Every other ethnic group, when you look at any other white people, when you look at their movies, their videos, they always show the highlights of themselves. The Asians, you look at their video, look at what they do. They always highlight the best of their lives, how good they live. Every time you got black folks, whether we got money or not, we always want to highlight the dungeon of black people. And then we get mad for being stereotyped. Because we set that tone, folks. We set that tone. And everybody gets rich off of that, but us. I really don't understand. I really don't understand how the hell you guys keep doing this shit to yourselves, man. I really don't understand this. I don't know if it's in the water or a lot of these people just got a fucking mental problem. And you repeatedly do it. I'm not saying it's like, hey, man, it just happened a few times. Man, this is like it's not my culture. If this is what people want to call black culture, pull my black card now. Pull my black card now. Because black culture should not be a culture of violence against one another and highlighting the fucking projects. If y'all think that's black culture, pull my black card. Because your motherfuckers act like you got a condition or something. I really don't understand, man. I really don't understand. Do you think whoever owned the music industry, distributions, the record labels, whether it's the Jews or whoever owns it, do you think they're going to come and say they're going to deny your album? They're going to deny your music because your music is degrading to black people? You think they're going to say that? Hell no. This is what black folks want. This is what we're going to get. And we're going to earn billions of dollars of it. And we're going to pay the artists who made it, we're going to pay them 25 cents an album. So you got a guy supposed to be friends with this young lady recording a woman beating on her. What do you think he's going to do with that video? He gonna try to make it viral. He wants to get that's what you call clout chasing. He want to post it so he can get a whole lot of likes. He want to start some shit. But I guarantee you, he wouldn't want nobody being recording him getting his ass whooped. I guarantee you he don't want that. So why the fuck would you sit here and do it to somebody else? Black folks, what the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? Y'all niggas crazy. It don't make no damn sense, man. We get mad at the world for how they look at us. But we don't get mad at ourselves for how we give ourselves to the world. Let me repeat that. We get mad at the world for how they look at us, but we don't get mad at ourselves for what we give the world to see. Because you don't see white folks bragging about the fucking trailer parks. You don't see them walking around 305 trailer park. You don't see them doing that shit. You don't see people over in Bangalore, India, or Delhi or somewhere bragging about the lower parts of Bangalore. They show you how intelligent they are. They show you technology. They show you the Taj Mahal. Do you see China bragging about the lower parts of China? Do you see any of videos showing any of that? When you look at black folk videos, only thing we want to show is bling, bling, bling in the projects. How the fuck does that match? That's like putting on one red shoe and one green shoe. How the hell does driving around in a Bentley in the video in a big ass chain being in front of a 4-unit apartment building that's run down? We give the world that to see, folks, but we get mad for how they view us. And in this situation, somebody gonna record this woman get beat up by her friend. And then moments after that, or hours later, this young lady lose her life. My queen just said it. We put it out there for the world to see, and then we play victim. That, my friend, is the definition of insanity. It's playing the victim of the circumstances you created. This woman's dead, man. If they recorded this woman hitting on her, they probably recorded her death too. They probably have to take their phone and put it in evidence so they can do a forensics on it. They probably recorded the younger woman getting killed too. Obviously, the woman's not a violent woman. She didn't want to fight. She didn't fight the woman back. Y'all need to cut out this trying to record video shit all the damn time. You can be on the street and you see two people arguing. The first thing somebody want to do is put out a video. I'm praying to see the fucking cameraman get his ass knocked out for trying to record it. Well, in court, it could be evidence, man. Stop signifying. Because next thing you know, you'll be testifying. Sad, man. Black folks, we have a long way to go. A long way to go. Most of your asses need to be exiled, to be honest with you. Because I'd be damned if I be looked at as being a part of that culture. And if that's what you call black culture, again, if this is what you call black culture, folks, how we moving right now, pull my fucking black card. Because I ain't with that shit. I ain't with that shit. Get mad at me, come for me, anything. Come for me, come for me. If you want to come for me in person. Because you don't make no goddamn sense, man. Making no damn sense. Because if this is what you call in black culture, man, murder? Now they got to investigate what issues they've had prior to them making this trip, because they got to see if this is premeditated. They got to see if there were issues prior to them making this trip. They got the forensics, everybody's phone that was on this trip. Everybody's phone got to go in evidence. Everybody got a phone got to go in evidence for investigation. That was there. Because somebody could have had conversations about this young lady as to what they want to do to her or what they're going to do. I'm not going to tell you guys to not go on trips with your friends. Continue to do what you got to do. I'm not going to even tell you to, hey, if you got weird vibes, hey, if you get weird vibes, you know what you need to do. You can separate yourself. This is one of the reasons why I've always been a loner. Always been a. When people consist of my circle only consists of certain things that I might do in my life. One, it might be business oriented, or two, it might be something to do for a few hours and I'm gone. After that, other than that, I don't have no constant circle that I just congregate in. I've never been that kind of guy. So for me to tell people to watch who in their circle or how I don't have no right to tell you that. I have no right to tell you that. But part of the reasons why I've always been a loner is because of situations where people run their mouth, talking shit that's not true, spreading rumors and shit like that. It's because of that. Yes, that's part of it. But the most part of why I've always been a loner is I just don't like to deal with people in their bullshit. I don't care how good of a heart people I see the most people have. A lot of people come with bullshit, man. They just do. They just do. It's healthier for me, and it damn sure will be healthier for them. So, folks, you know, and I've said times before, be careful who's in your circle. Yes, I will always say that. Now I'm not going to backtrack that. I've always said that. But I'm not going to tell you who you should and you shouldn't have in your circle. I'm not. That is not for me to say that to anybody. It's not for me to say that to anybody. So, let's give a prayer for this young lady and her family. And let's pray for the family of the other 5 or 6 people that was there. Pray for their families too. Because I can imagine what their families are going through right now, knowing that their relative was just on a trip with a young lady who was murdered on that trip. And they're probably trying to get information out of them. Hey, did you do this? Who did it? They probably questioning their family members who was on that trip. I'm pretty sure of that. I'm pretty sure of that. Is there a conspiracy on this murder? Premeditated. If it's conspiracy, it's probably premeditated. So all of these things got to come into play, folks. All of these facts have to come out somehow. So my judgment is going to be withheld until I see 100% of the facts. But what I do know is what I've seen, the video, it don't look like it was a friendly trip. Because I understand this woman had just got there. They just got there and attacked her. From what the video I've seen, beat her up, and then moments later, the woman ended up dead. Now, I'm holding my judgment for the purposes of being on the podcast. But we all know we ain't stupid. But I'm going to hold my judgment until the facts come out. Then I can really say what I really want to say. I'm just withholding it right now because it would not be appropriate for me to say everything I really want to say ahead of the facts, if that makes sense. That makes sense to you guys, right? And I encourage all of you to do the same thing. Going forward, hold your judgment on anything that comes out, whether it's your friend or even somebody that you don't like. Hold your judgment until you receive facts. Kind of stay away from public opinion, the court of public opinion. It don't serve anybody anything. Anybody can. Now, you have people who try to go on public opinion to try to make a case on somebody, and they wonder why they lose, because there's no facts involved. Let's wait for the facts, people. We all know that alcohol poisoning did not break this woman's neck. That's right, Crystal Brooks. That's right, Crystal Brooks. That call for murder. That's murder. But it's a whole lot more I do want to say until I see some charges, evidence other than the video. I need to see more of the evidence to say other stuff I want to say. I believe it's murder. But for the purpose of this podcast, I don't want to say 100% of what I want to say before the facts, because I don't want to have to backtrack the podcast. You guys, if that makes sense. People will come for you. I don't want anybody's family getting upset for me saying something ahead of all of the facts. Now, as far as the video, I can only speak on the video. The video to me looks like she was attacked. She was attacked. And the guy standing there holding it should have been, he's the man. He should have been there breaking up the damn fight. And then tell her parents it was alcohol poisoning. Alcohol poisoning don't crack your spinal cord, break your neck. Alcohol poisoning don't do that. There's no science in the world that can show me that alcohol poisoning does that to somebody's neck and spinal cord. 100% agreeing with you, Crystal Brooks. You are spot on. But I want justice. At this point, the focus should be on justice and charges. Well, justice and charges going the same thing. But I want to know, was it a conspiracy? Because if conspiracy will hold a more harsher penalty than just the murder itself. I want to see conspiracy. I believe it's conspiracy, but I can't say. And that's what I want to share with you guys. I can't say for sure. When I say hold off judgment, is not from what the video showed. The video is obvious. When I say I want to hold off judgment, it's have to do with conspiracy. You know what I mean? And premeditated. That's what I want to hold back on saying, because I don't know. I don't know. All of their phones that was there, of people who was on this trip, all of their phones have to be confiscated, and they have to run a forensics on all of their phones to see, was there any dialogue between them other than the young lady who died? Was there a dialogue in between them stating that this was going to happen, or they planned to do this? If that's the case, then that's premeditated. And if the other person agreed to this crime that was premeditated, then that's conspiracy. You guys understand what I'm saying? So that part is what I want to hold back judgment on, because I don't know. I can only speak on the video. The video is pathetic. It's sad. She was attacked. I don't care what she said to this young lady prior to this woman attacking her. That don't matter. People can say shit to you all day. Does not give you the right to put your hands on anybody. She looked that's right. That's right. The woman didn't have any clothes on. I mean, I don't know if she just getting out of shower. I don't know if she had a drink in her. I don't know what was going on. So, like Crystal said, she was defenseless. To me, she looked defenseless. And the woman who attacked her was bigger than she was. So, folks, it's very sad to see us participate in these crimes like this. It's a very sad situation. Justice should be done just from the video itself too. That's assault. These are sad times for us as Black people, man. Leave the white man out of it. I agree with you, Phyllis. What's up, Phyllis? How you doing, family? Shit, this female didn't like her from the jump. See? So now with that, if with that being the case, as Phyllis just said, the female didn't like her from the jump, right? So with that being said, that leaves room for premeditated murder, or it leaves room for conspiracy. Because if it's anybody else who don't like her along with this woman who agreed that something should happen to this young lady, that's conspiracy, right? Right. So to me, that leaves room for premeditated murder. That is a harsh punishment. That is a harsh punishment. So all of their phones have to be confiscated. Forensics have to be done, and they have to see what type of conversation these people had about this young lady prior to that trip. But again, I'm gonna withhold my judgment when it comes to premeditated or conspiracy. I'm going to withhold my judgment until the facts come out. But I do have a strong feeling there is there was conspiracy or premeditated murder involved. I have a strong feeling of that, but I'm not going to claim it until I see the facts, if that makes sense, folks. So I got to be fair in my assessment of the whole thing, because I've seen people prejudge and I've seen people throw stuff out there that just wasn't facts. And I don't want to be one of those people to do that. That's right. That's right, Phyllis. So I want to withhold anything up now. The video I saw, I can give you that all day because I saw it. But as far as what I think was involved, I gotta withhold that, folks, until the facts come out and confirm my thoughts, confirm what I really want to say. So I'm going to withhold all of that. So and like again, like I said in the beginning of this video, you had people say, watch out for your friends, your circle, and be careful who's in your circle. Yeah, all of that makes sense. All of that makes sense. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go, Phyllis. All of that makes sense. But I won't tell people if this vibe is wrong with this person. I won't go that far yet until I hear or see the facts that there was premeditated or conspiracy. I think that's fair. Okay. I think I'm done. I'm sad by this, man. I am totally sad. I'm hurt behind it. I'm pissed off behind it. And what pissed me off the most, of course, not I won't say the most, but what really pisses me off, the murder, that's the first thing I'm pissed off about. The next thing I'm pissed off about is that somebody videoing it for likes on social media. I'll be glad to see somebody posting a video and the cameraman get his ass knocked out. And then you see the camera and it's only thing the camera showing is the sky because his ass gets got knocked out. I want to see that. Black women can't get along. Black people can't get along. Black people can't get along. And we really need our sisters to get along, really. To Phyllis's point, we really need our sisters to get along. You all are our nurturers. You are our nurturers. As men, our job, we are, folks, listen, as men, we are ordained by our Creator. We are ordained to provide and protect. This man videoing this fight was not protecting anybody. He was encouraging it. Asking the girl, is she going to fight back? So he can have more to video, more to show on social media. Emasculated ass dudes out here, man. Just soft as hell. Don't make sense. No sense. I will tell you guys to like, share, and subscribe. I will normally encourage you to do that, but I'm not going to encourage you to do that this time. Do it if you feel like it. It's up to you. But this is typically not a video I like to air out, but I just wanted to have this conversation with my people. I've always had a passion for people. I've always loved helping people. And I just wanted to have this dialogue because something has to make a turn for our culture, for the Black culture. Because this shit right here, videos, gangster rapping, and shit, exploiting the worst part of our lives as Black people, that ain't Black culture. It is not Black culture. When we make it in life, we need to make it in life. You don't see white folks making it in life and going back to the trailer parks, bragging about 305 trailer parks. When we make it out of the hood, stay the fuck out of the hood. That is a blessing. Stop showing the world this type of lifestyle as if Black folks are just hood, and then get upset when the world look at us as hood. You give them permission to look at you that way. Just like a female dressed half naked to go leave out in the street and then get on social media somehow how she's tired of these guys trying to holler at her. She's tired of these guys in her inbox. Just stop dressing like a fucking whore. Jezebel. Dress like you got some dignity, some self-respect. And nobody will be approaching you all the time like that. Because they're not approaching the beat to try to be your husband or your boyfriend. They're approaching you like that because they're trying to smash. You showing them ass and cleavage. So what do you expect? So we need to stop trying to air out the worst of our race, man. Stop trying to air out the worst of our race. Start showing the best of our race. Start showing people like Michael V. Roberts and Robert Smith, multi-Black, multi-billionaires. Start airing out people like that. Start airing out people like Kiko Davis. I bet y'all don't know who Kiko Davis is. First Black woman who owns her own bank. Let's exploit them. Michael V. Roberts owns one multi-Black billionaire who owns one of the hotels that he was segregated in. He couldn't even go into that. Let's exploit that. Why do we got to exploit videos of us fighting, throwing up gang signs, wearing big chains and driving Bentleys in the lowest of the damn hood? And that's one thing about us, man. We make it in life, and then we want to still drive our big cars in the hood, trying to impress people who was unfortunate. Your ass is asking to get robbed. We always want to show the worst of us, man. And now this person videoing this shit, posting it, and wanting to get it all out there in social media world, thought that this is what he was doing, exploiting something for likes. Now it turns out this lady is murdered. He's accountable. He got to answer for that. His phone needs to be confiscated, because if he recorded that, he probably did another recording of how her neck got broken and her spine got cracked. He probably recorded that too. Everybody, I really thank you guys for stopping in. This woman only 25 years old. Really appreciate you guys coming in and having this conversation with me. Shout out to all of you. Share the video if you want to. You don't have to. I ain't looking for likes for this video. Normally, I tell you guys, get the likes up. You know how I normally say that in my video. I'm not even asking for you to do that. You don't have to. This is not about likes. This is about justice. This is about trying to find justice, see who's accountable for the death of this young lady. That's what this is about. I don't need likes for that. I need you guys to be boots on the ground. I need you guys to be boots on the ground. Where's the march? Let's find out who has the jurisdiction to file charges. Who has the jurisdiction to file charges? Because everybody was on this trip needs to be interrogated. Everybody, all of them. Confiscate their phones too. All of them. And not only be interrogated, they all need to be detained. I love law and order. I'm not one of those defund the police type of people. Fuck that. Give more funding to the police. This happened in Mexico. Mexico don't want to do nothing about it. I heard they they got a body out of Mexico and everything like that. I don't know the details of all of that, but I don't believe Mexico wants to be a part of it. I think Mexico wants to get it away from them as soon as possible. But we need to find out who has the jurisdiction in the United States to charge these people. I believe they can do it. And I think they're from North Carolina. I think it can be done in North Carolina. I believe it can be done in North Carolina. But I don't know the laws like that because this happened out off of U.S. soil. So um, let's find a way, folks. We don't even know if this family can afford a lawyer because they might have to get a lawyer in order for them to file charges. So you got to have because it happened off U.S. soil, they may have to find a lawyer to do the diligence to find out because the prosecutor is not going to just take the case and just do it. You understand what I'm saying, folks? I don't think the prosecutor is just going to jump on the board and just say, "Oh, we need to charge these people," because it didn't happen here. So they might have to hire a lawyer to go through the proper channels to find who has the jurisdiction, or the authority to file charges on the murderers, or at least start the investigation. All right, brother Antron, what's up? What's up, New? Brother Antron said if it comes back to the U.S., it will have to be federal. Ah, got it, got it. So these going to be federal charges then. And is that correct, Antron? Is going to be federal charges? And folks, I'm going to do another one so that I'm going to do another video on this so that I want us to stay on top of this. I'm going to do another video on this so we can make sure that this justice get served. How you doing, Carrie Ann? Good to see you, family. That's my Jamaican. Good to see you. All right, so it won't, according to my man Tron, he's military, so I trust his intel. Um, coming back to coming back to the United States, it will be a federal case, not a state case, and I think that kind of makes sense because the body had to cross over several different other states in order to get back to the state of North Carolina. I believe that may be the reason. Um, but yeah, it has to be federal. I don't, and that's the if that's the case, um, I guess we an investigator have to take place. I don't know if it's a uh, FBI investigator or who. I'm thinking it's FBI. I have to investigate that. And the family might. I don't know if the family's going to need an attorney or anything to in this situation. I don't know. But I'm going to try to look into that because if there's a GoFundMe, then we should know about that GoFundMe if they can't afford an attorney. Hopefully they won't need one. Hopefully the feds would just take it and just and run with it, do what they got to do. That's my take on it. So, folks, thank you guys for stopping through. Really appreciate you guys. Um, I'm gonna try to do another video on this with some updates as to what's going on. You guys probably get some of the same updates if you're out there, you're reading and things like that. So you might get the same updates I get, but I'm gonna try to share them as I get them. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Mary Rosia. Really appreciate you coming in. Um, so, folks, listen, be good to one another. I think I know what you're trying to just say, Phyllis. Phyllis probably talking on her phones. She's like me. Sometimes it's hard to be chatting real and you trying to go fast and you're on your phone. So I'm trying to capture what she's saying. After 24 hours of getting out of town, away from family and friends, that there one problem. Boy, you're very welcome, team. Found me for you. I got you, Phyllis. Okay, got you, got you. Well, folks, here's what I want you guys to do. Take care of one another. Be good to one another. Everybody's not going to always agree, you know. And just because you're not always going to agree doesn't mean you have to be disagreeable. It doesn't mean you have to be violently disagreeable. Um, all right. She said she had some kind of beef before they left. Okay, I got you. Love you back. Absolutely. Love you back, Phyllis. So, folks, I want you guys to do, yeah, again, take care of each other. It's okay to disagree. You don't have to be disagreeable and you don't have to be violently disagreeable. And just because you disagree doesn't mean your friendship have to end. That's another thing that in today's time is like when people disagree on something, they argue about it, they stop being friends. Folks, you don't have to be that way. You don't have to be that way. If you can't agree, then agree to compromise, not agree to disagree, but agree to compromise. What is the difference? When you agree to disagree, you leave solutions on the table. If you agree to compromise, then you remove egos. So, with that, folks, I want you to sing like no one can hear you, dance like no one can see you, love like you've never been hurt, and live like it's heaven on earth. I'm Jay Hunter Lee. I love you, and the world needs you, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. So, stop that damn texting and driving. Peace and blessings, folks. We'll see you soon.